What does al-alifat al-sab'ah mean in the Qur'an? Al-alifat al-sab'ah means the 7 alifs. And this term refers to 7 words that are found in the Qur'an which have special pronunciation that is mandatory. They are called 7 alifs because they are 7 words that end with alif. But that alif is dropped when you keep on reciting, but they are fully pronounced when you stop at that word. And to easily recognize these words in the Qur'an, they are given this symbol, which must not be confused with this other symbol, which actually means that the letter with that symbol on it is silent or dropped at all times. So they are not the same. However, there is actually an exception for this rule that we'll discuss at the end when we have fully understood the main concept of this rule. So to avoid any confusion when applying the rule, make sure to watch till the end. So the 7 words containing the 7 alifs, which words are they? Well, the first word can be found all over the Qur'an, so it's mentioned dozens of times. And one is found in Surah Al-Kahf, and 3 are found in Surah Al-Ahzab, and 2 are found in Surah Al-Insan, which includes that special case we'll be talking about. So let's go through them one by one to understand how they are pronounced in both cases and how does this rule work. First, the word ana ends with an alif, which is most probably dropped since we mostly don't stop at this word. But if we do stop at it, then we must pronounce that alif completely. فَقَالَ أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى. So here we drop the alif since we didn't stop at the word. But if we do stop, then we would say فَقَالَ أَنَا. Notice how we extended the alif at the end for 2 counts. Here's another example. But here we notice something interesting. The first case of ana doesn't have the symbol, while the second one does have it. So what is going on here? Well, in terms of pronunciation, it will not change anything at all. The same rule still applies exactly the same. إنني أنا إنني أنا الله لا إله إلا أنا فاعبدني. But in terms of why that is happening, well, the first ana doesn't have the symbol due to التقاء الساكنين, or 2 consecutive consonants. And they are alif, which is always in a state of sukun, followed by the lam with shadda in the word Allah, which contains lam with sukun, and this triggers the rule of iltiqa'u sakinain, which means that this first alif will be dropped when we keep on reciting. But since the other case doesn't have iltiqa'u sakinain, then it requires the symbol in order to be able to pronounce it correctly. Moving on to the next word, lakinna. This word is only found in Surah Al-Kahf, so it is mentioned 1 time. When we keep on reciting, we say لَكِنَّهُ اللَّهُ رَبِّي. But if we stop at the word, we would say لَكِنَّا with natural mad of 2 counts. Next are the words found in Surah Al-Ahzab, which contains 3 of them. Again, notice how we extend the alif at the end when stopping for 2 counts, and also notice that we do not overextend beyond 2 counts, since you may not overextend the alif when it has natural mad. وَتَظُنُّونَ بِاللَّهِ الظُّنُونَا يَقُولُونَ يَا لَيْتَنَا أَطَعْنَا اللَّهَ وَأَطَعْنَا الرَّسُولَا فَأَضَلُّونَا السَّبِيلَا. But if we keep on reading, so we don't stop at these words, this alif will be dropped and we will only pronounce the fatha. وَتَظُنُّونَ بِاللَّهِ الظُّنُونَ هُنَالِكَ وَأَطَعْنَا الرَّسُولَ وَقَالُوا فَأَضَلُّونَ السَّبِيلَ رَبَّنَا. And this also means that saying السَّبِيلَ رَبَّنَا is wrong and cannot be recited like that. So the alif is completely dropped when we keep on reciting. And finally, the cases of Surah Al-Insan. Here, in this example, we can clearly see the difference in application of the rule. The word qawarira is repeated twice, one after the other. The first instance ends with this symbol, indicating that it is one of the 7 alifs. But the second one ends with the other symbol, indicating that it is a silent alif in all instances. So it is not pronounced in all cases, whether stopping or continuing your recitation. So if we stopped at these 2 words, we will pronounce the alif in the first, but not in the second. وَأَكْوَابٍ كَانَتْ قَوَارِيرَ قَوَارِير. But if we kept on reading, both words will be pronounced the same way, since the first alif is dropped when we keep on reading, and the second alif is not pronounced anyway. وَأَكْوَابٍ كَانَتْ قَوَارِيرَ قَوَارِيرَ مِنْ فِضَّةٍ. Finally, the word سَلَاسِلَ. And this is actually a special case for this rule. The exception for this word is that we can apply 2 rules on it. So there are 2 possibilities. We can deal with this word as one of the 7 alifs. So when we stop at it, we will pronounce a full alif with 2 counts. إِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلْكَافِرِينَ سَلَاسِلًا. And when we keep on reading, we will drop it. إِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلْكَافِرِينَ سَلَاسِلَ وَأَغْلَالًا. But we can also deal with it as an alif that is dropped in both cases. So, in stopping and continuing your recitation. And it would sound like this. إِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلْكَافِرِينَ سَلَاسِلَ وَأَغْلَالًا وَسَعِيرًا. And that's why we can say that it belongs to both rules. We could deal with it as one of the 7 alifs, but we could also deal with it as an alif that is never pronounced in either cases, stopping or continuation. But now is the question, why are these rules like that? What's the point? And why does the exact same word have 2 ways to pronounce it? Well, the main reason for that is the way the ayah was passed down from the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, to his companions, and then from the Sahaba to us. It is because the Qur'an is an audiobook that you have to hear in order to learn it correctly. So it was passed down to us like that, and we have to keep pronounce it like this. It is the same reason why this letter combination is pronounced as alam in Surah Ash-Sharh, for example, but is pronounced as disjointed letter alif lam mim in other surahs. It is because that the Qur'an is an audiobook that has been passed down like that until it reached us today in exactly the same way it was revealed. Thanks for watching. If you want to start reading and understanding the Qur'an in Arabic, then you should start your journey right here. And don't forget to check out my latest book, which goes perfectly with this free course. I'll leave the links for all of them in the description, so check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.